Skip, aka Skip Matosh here of the Sacktown Breakdown. And oh boy, do we have some things to break down. Before we get started, bam, here we go. Tabu Ohana, gaming chair sponsor. Take a look at this beauty. That was a chair twerk. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. Tabu Ohana gaming chair sponsors. Use the code SKIPTC if you're looking for a new office chair, a gaming chair, and get 40%. $40. Get $40 off. If you have any questions, always hit me up on social media. Skip and Tosh on Twitter. Be happy to answer the questions for you. I don't even make money off of it. Proceeds go to orphans because there is an orphans ministry that we are part of here at Tabu Ohana. And expect to see us more. Expect to see the family growing now that we are in 2020 and all that good stuff. Also, Computer Booter. If you're in the local Sacramento area, if you are looking for a gaming lounge, if you are looking for a place to get your electronics repaired, if you are looking for a place to go to Smash tournaments and meet new friends, I'll tell you, you're going to have a hard time finding a better place than Computer Booter. And my buddy Dave up there, he's the coolest dude. You can always call up there, get a price quote on a repair, take it in so he can assess it, let you know if he can do it. And I haven't seen too many things that Dave hasn't been able to do. So thank you. Big shout out to Computer Booter. Always being super supportive of us here over at Sacktown Breakdown. And as the winter goes away, expect to see a few streams from Computer Booter. Maybe me and Tap going up there, trying to play some old 2K games, or just some old games that we feel like we want to play from up there. So I appreciate all y'all. Let's get straight into it. We're not going to make this one long. Kings and Clippers, they played 2 days ago. Things did not go our way. Let's go ahead and take a look at it real quick, and then we'll go from there. All right, so ultimate score, Clippers 105, Kings 87. Kawhi Leonard leading Clippers team with 24 points. Rashawn Holmes, 22 points for us. 13 rebounds for Ivica Zubac. 10 rebounds for Rashawn Holmes. Nine assists for Paul George. Paul George is distributing the ball, which is always a beautiful thing to see. And then Fox had 6 assists. Paul George with 3 steals, and Rashawn Holmes with 3 blocks. And that's what she wrote for that one. Take a look at the team stats, of course. They always tell a tale, and that tale usually isn't a fairy tale for us. Be that as it may. We actually led in field goal percentage, 41% to their almost 41%, 40.9. So you can see they were really close, but they got 8 more shots than us. They made 3 more than us, but if you just go down and you look at the 3-pointers, you could see where some of that went to. So yeah, they shot 33%. We shot 28% from 3. 28% from 3. My goodness. They made so I mean, they didn't shoot 3 well, but they made 4 more than us, and they shot a few more than us. Let's go to free throws. Free throws, we actually get into the line, but you could see we were not making enough, and they only missed 1 free throw, whereas we missed 6. So anytime you get into a situation like that, it's rarely going to work out in your favor, because you got to hit your free throws in the NBA. Assists, they only had 1 more than us. We had 20, they had 21. Rebounds, they had 10 more than us. Ouch. 51-41. Offensive rebounds, they only had 3 more than us. 1 more steal than us. 9 versus our 8. We had 5 blocks, they had 2. 15 turnovers, so we were right over that sweet spot. I say between 12 and 14 is where we should be. We went 1 over. They only had 11 free throws. The turnovers, excuse me. Game recap. Thank you very much, Yahoo Sports. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard had 4 more success passing the ball in the first half than they did shooting it. So, and that was something about the first half. They did actually, overall, they didn't score a lot of points in the first half. It was very much a team effort, and I think we weren't too far behind at halftime. But once the second half started, Kawhi starts posting people up and, hitting that turnaround jumper, turnaround fadeaway jumper, all that stuff. Paul George starts locking guys down, and then his shot starts falling, and there you have it. And the Clippers still put up nearly 60 points, in the first half. George had 21 with season highs of 11 rebounds and 9 assists, so he almost had a triple-double to shake off a slow start. Short-handed Los Angeles thumped Sacramento Kings 105-87 on Tuesday. We don't really need to read any more than that. Let's go take a look at the stats. We'll look at theirs first. Kawhi Leonard in 37 minutes had 24 points, 8 of 21. He only hit one of his three-pointers. Hit all of his free throws, of course, because only one person missed one. And that was Montrezl Harrell. Montrezl Harrell missed just one. 2 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 turnovers, 2 steals, 3 fouls. Paul George in his 40 minutes, 21 points, 6 of 25. So, as they said, their shots were not falling in the first half. And they both took a lot of shots. They weren't 50%. They were nowhere near 50%. Paul George actually was closer to only 25% from the field, which is uncharacteristic for him. He shot 14 three-pointers. He shot 14 three-pointers. Oh my gosh, yuck. And he only made 3 of them. Whew. And they still beat us. And they beat us bad, too. Jeez Louise. Almost had a triple-double, though. He was 1 assist away from having a triple-double with 3 steals, no turnovers. Good job for him. Mo Harkless started for him, had 12 points. He did very good from the floor, 5-6 from field goal. He was definitely someone who was hurting us bad. Like, he was making us pay. He wasn't scoring a lot, but he scored at the right times to really hurt us. He also had 7 rebounds, so a good game for Mo Harkless. 1 assist, 1 steal. Landry Shamet started too, 24 minutes, only had 9 points, but he was 3 of 4 from 3 and 3 of 5 overall. 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 turnover. Ivica Zubac, 22 minutes, 8 points, 50% from the field, 13 rebounds, as we said before, 2 turnovers. And then they had Walton Jr., who had 10. Montrezl Harrell, who had 7 off the bench, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. JaMychal Green came in and gave him 6 points. Yeah, I was going to say he hit 2 threes. I remember him hitting some threes. Rodney McGruder gave him a few buckets, and then it was garbage time for Jonathan Motley, and then Robinson, and Kofi. I don't really know too much. Let's look at these Kings. 31 minutes. Rashawn Holmes had 22, like we said before. 8 of 13 from the field. He's just eating it up. Hit all of his free throws, too. Had a nice double-double, 10 rebounds. 2 turnovers, had a steal, and 3 blocks. Rashawn Holmes, goodness gracious. If the rest of the Kings just played 3/4 as hard, or like 3/4 of the way as hard as Rashawn Holmes played, we'd have a whole different dynamic. But you can see it was really hard for us to struggle. It's a steep drop from there. Buddy Hield, he went 7 of 17, had 20 points. Only hit 3 of his 10 three-pointers. Goodness gracious, he was hoisting them up. Had 6 rebounds as well, which is awesome, and 5 assists. Buddy was finding guys on the floor, and everybody was happy to see that. Did have 3 turnovers. He had the ball in his hands a lot. Now, this is something I didn't realize. I did not realize this. Fox only had 9 points. He was 3, and he didn't take a lot of shots neither. He only took 10, and he was 3 of 10. He hit a 3. Good. He had 4 rebounds, had 6 assists, only had 1 turnover. He's taking care of the ball, 2 steals. But you can't. Like, we're not gonna win games if our best player, De'Aaron Fox, is only scoring 9 points. We're not gonna win games if our center, is scoring 22, is getting majority of them. Now, I love Rashawn Holmes, and I'm so glad that we have him, but he can't keep being our leading scorer and us thinking that we're going to win. Like, they're shutting everybody else down, and they're like, yeah, Rashawn Holmes, let Rashawn Holmes score all he wants, because when Rashawn Holmes scores all he wants, Kings don't win. When De'Aaron Fox is scoring a lot of points, when Buddy Hield is scoring a lot of points, when Bogdan Bogdanovic is scoring a lot of points, then we win. But look, you can look at the rest of our guys. Fox had 9, Nemanja had 8, Harrison Barnes had 8. Harrison Barnes needs to be getting more shots. His experience and him being able to get to the free throw line is good. Now, the only thing is, he got to the free throw line and he only made 1 of 4, which, he's making me look bad for talking about him so nice. Bjelica did have 7 rebounds. I want to highlight that. He had a steal. Barnes had 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Corey Joseph came in his 13 minutes, gave us 7 points. Bogdan only had 6 points, only took 7 shots, and he played 24 minutes. Man, their defense was just locking us down. 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 turnovers for him. He did have 2 blocks. Harry Giles got 16 minutes, and someone asked in the comments of the last video, can you talk about how Harry Giles isn't playing? And then I get to the video, and now Harry Giles is playing. Harry Giles, yeah. I mean, I was happy to see him. He came out, he gave energy. Made a few mistakes. That's just a little rush. You know, he hasn't been playing very much, but he came in and, bam, gave it his all real quick, real hard. And I loved it. I always love seeing Harry Giles. He's my second favorite player on the Kings. Number 1 is Bogdan, and he's number 2. So, anytime we can have Harry Giles on the floor, you know, I'm always happy about that. I want to say he had some blocks, but, it was steals. That's right, he had a few steals. He's got a long wingspan. His hands are big. He just has to put them paws up. He's going to get deflections and stuff. That's, you know, that's part of why we should be playing him more. So I'm glad he got some time. Justin James only played 1 minute. And, okay, it says he had no field goal attempts. I thought he tried to posterize something. Trevor Ariza played 22 minutes. Like, and I was one of those guys that, like, stop hating on Trevor Ariza. Like, don't hate on Trevor Ariza. But, jeez Louise. He did, I want him to play, but he shouldn't be out there for 22 minutes. Nah, I don't think so. Anyway, he didn't have any points. He had 2 rebounds. He had 2 assists. He had a turnover and 3 fouls. Yogi Ferrell, I think we should play. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Unless we need, like, really, really, really need defense, I think we should start playing Yogi Ferrell more than we play Corey Joseph. Or at least an equal amount. Like, I'm glad Corey Joe is here, and I was very happy to see him here. But Yogi Ferrell comes in and gives us a punch. Like, I mean, especially when we're down and we need scoring, bring Yogi Ferrell in. You know what I mean? I'm even down for Yogi Ferrell, De'Aaron Fox. Like, Fox, you just, you know, strap up, bro. You know, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. This team's driving me crazy. I probably am crazy. There's really nothing else to talk about here. It's the Los Angeles Clippers. It's Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. They beat us by 20, basically. Like, there's nothing. But, you know, there's really nothing else to talk about. We're the Sacramento Kings. Is that Febo? Is that Febo? Febo, my bad. I didn't even see. My chat ain't go off. I think that's Febo. Can't tell. Is that you, Febo? I hope that's Febo. What up, Febo, if it's you? Shout out to you. Ain't a whole lot to talk about. I mean, they came in, they handled business. They D'd us up. We, you know, we weren't even getting off enough shots. Like, and the people that were taking shots, minus Holmes, like, taking too many. Buddy Hield took way too many shots. Bogdan should have shot more. Harrison Barnes should have shot more. Nah, it's not my fault. I can't. Dang it. It's crazy because it's so small and then it's blue, so I can't really see it. I can't see who it is. I'm sorry, but hey, shout out to you. What's good? Appreciate you being here. Much love. Yeah, I can't even see because, like, it's dark blue on my screen and the background of my screen is black. I can't change it right now. Can I change it? If I change it, you go away. Now, I can't look at it over here. You know what? There's a place I can look at it. Let me see. I can't even look at it over there. Whoever you are, because I can't tell, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Like I said, there's really not a whole lot to talk about. This is the Clippers. They whooped us. We're not good. We're not a good NBA team right now. We have a lot of talent. We have good personnel. We're a team that's designed to play fast, and we're playing slow. We still don't have Marvin Bagley. You know, Fox is just coming back from an injury, and he had back spasms, so he probably played as best as he could. It wasn't 100%. He probably wasn't even 70%. Man, this is bad. What is this, 10 game? Yeah, it's a 10 game. It's looking like it's getting close to being that. I mean, luckily we played, I say luckily, it's not luck. We play the Grizzlies tonight. We play them at home. We could beat them. Yeah, we could talk about the game tonight. So we could beat the Grizzlies tonight. We could. They're not a good team right now, but they play hard. They play determined, And Ja Morant, like the tip of the spear, whoever's leading your team needs to be determined. And Fox is good, but Fox don't be in attack mode. Like Fox is, to me, he's going back a little bit. Like he's tough. I'm so happy that he's tough, but he's kind of going back to that too cool for school kind of. In his head, he's just not. He's not pissed off. And Fox needs to get pissed off. Ja Morant plays like he's pissed a little bit. Fox don't play like he's pissed. And maybe because he missed a bunch of games and he's just trying to get back into it. I don't know. And maybe it's because it's Ja's first year in the NBA and it's Fox's third. I don't know. But he needs to play pissed because he ain't playing pissed and we following his lead. I think the key is for Fox to outplay Morant. Yeah, I think that's key. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not sure that that's going to happen. Buddy's in a slump and you got to shoot your way out of it. And I wish we would run more plays for him, but even some of his more open shots he's missing. Everybody misses shots, don't get me wrong, but I feel like these are shots last year that Buddy was like knocking down, and this year he's not knocking them down. And it's mental. His form is the same. It's a mental thing. So I don't know. But yeah, if Fox does outplay Morant, I'll put it to you like this. I think if Fox does outplay Morant, I think we win. And I don't even mean like Ja scores 16, Fox scores 30. I mean like Morant can score 18 and Fox can score 24. But I'm saying like the aggression wise, like whoever is willing their team more, that's going to be one outplaying the other to me. And I'd rather Fox have more assists tonight than, dominate. I'd rather Fox have more assists than Morant has assists tonight. That's going to be a good omen for me. Yeah, so, outside of that, I'm not really sure. We need Bagley to start knocking down his shots so we can run Holmes and Bagley together. Yeah, and Bagley hasn't, if you think back to the last few games that he played, he hasn't really been bad. Like, he has solid score. Like, last game that he played where he went out, I think, what was he? He ended with, before he went out, he had, 11 and 6, and then he went out in the third quarter. So, he could have ended the game, 15 and 8. Which would have been really solid, for him coming back from an injury. So, I think he's doing all right. It's just, ain't none of us really playing all that great, man. So, but we got to play better. Got to play better. Otherwise, we really ain't. Nothing's gonna happen, So we'll see. But yeah, Fox is the main one though, because everybody's gonna fall in line with him. If we got Fox and we got Holmes playing hard, Bagley kind of plays at one speed. He's always playing. Bagley's always playing hard. He could play harder, but he don't never play no softer. He always plays hard. So Holmes is playing hard, Bagley plays hard. If Fox plays as hard as them, then I think everything else falls in line. Harrison Barnes is always gonna play with IQ. He'll play harder. The young guys can get him to play harder. And then if that's all going down, Buddy Hill's gonna fall in line too, So we gotta see. It's rough right now. I'll tell you one thing. When it's like this, you just need a win. One win. That's where you start. You start with one win, and then from there, you build up. But all I know is that we gotta play faster. And, that post-game interview, I don't know if you watched Buddy Hill's post-game interview last time, but he said them not playing fast is on the players. He said it wasn't on the coaches, which I felt like a little bit of that was just him trying to be nice to the coaching staff because of those comments he made about them not trusting him, especially in the fourth quarter. So, but I think it's a combination, because I straight up heard Luke say, that that they need to learn how to play in the half court. So, I think Luke just needs to needs to say, hey, we've learned enough defense for now. Our defense is ranked 17th, which is the highest. I think that's the highest it's been in years, at least since when Mike Malone was here. So our defense is ranked 17th. Okay, that's good enough for now. Now let's get the offense back. Let's just get our pace back up. We don't even have our offensive rating. I mean, if our pace goes up, then we good. Febo, what up? Talking about tonight's game. We already finished talking about the last L. So if we can, Happy New Year to all y'all too, by the way. Happy New Year to my fam, Febo fam. But if Febo, did I ever make you? I didn't make you a mod, did I? I thought I made you a mod. Febo's a mod. It's official. Febo, I thought I made you a mod a long time ago. I must have made you a mod on my channel. You a mod now, Febo. But yeah, it's if we just get our pace up, because right now we're last in the league in pace. We used to right now we're last in the league in pace. Last year we were first in the league in pace for the majority of the season. Atlanta got us a little bit, and then I think it was the Lakers too. Lakers getting us a little bit, but for the most part we were number one majority of last season. You can't, that's too jarring. It's too much to go from number one to last all in one season. It's gonna spell disaster. That's too much of a big shift for players and the success that we were finding last year, and the amount of games that we won last year. So what we got to do is, I think if we can at least, our defense is 17th. If we can get our pace halfway, which that's equal, right? Leading, last, halfway. If we can get our pace to halfway, if we can get middle of the pack in pace, preferably, honestly, with the way that our team is built, Vlade got a bunch of guys that can run. He got a bunch, Marvin Bagley's a rim runner. Rashawn Holmes is a rim runner. Even what's his name, Deadman, even though he's going to be out of the rotation, he wants to be traded, but he's a rim runner. That's the system, that we had. That's the idea, and that's the way that Vlade signed people and drafted people. So, Yogi Ferrell can run. Trevor Ariza is not much of a runner. He's not much of a runner. Corey Joseph can run. He's not much of a runner. Okay, those guys might have to go to the side. Might have to be a little bit more Yogi Ferrell. What's his name? Nemanja. Nemanja can run. He can run. He's slower, but he can run, and he only got to run wing to wing. So, wing, and then he can go in for the rebound on the defensive end. So, if we just go back to that, maybe we get number 10 in pace. I say even if we got number 12 in pace. If we get to 12 in pace, and we're good. Okay, so that's why I'm wondering why we got Luke. Okay, so I feel you, right? So check. We got Luke because Luke came from Golden State. So ignore LA Luke. LA Luke, he got 1 year to try with a bunch of rookies, and then the next year LeBron came in. And LeBron played Bron ball. Bron didn't give a damn about what Luke was doing. But Luke came from Golden State, right? What was Golden State doing? They were top in pace, right? Shooting a bunch. They were playing defense, shooting a bunch of threes. What happens when you shoot threes? Everybody's on the wing, so you can get back into defense easier. Fall transition defense. That's why we got Luke. We got Luke because Luke came from a team that was playing in pace. And that's what everybody's thing was, right? Oh man, Golden State's so fast. They get downhill on you, and instead of going to the rim, they'll shoot a three. If you don't have to go all the way in for a layup because you go to the three, you get the ball, you go to the 3 line and you launch a 3, that's what puts your pace up. It takes less time to get down there, and not only that, you get there and you chuck up a 3 real fast. I say chuck, that's how it is. That's why we got Luke. The thing is, I think Luke's trying to do something, and I admire what Luke's trying to do. So we were way high in offensive rating last year, but we were bottom of the league in defense. So our point differential was we were scoring 111 points, but we were letting teams score 113 on average, and that's how it ended. So what does that lead to? That leads to 50 wins is what that sounds like. A few more points. Some nights you're a little bit above, sometimes your nights a little bit low, and then we almost won 500 games. We almost won half our games. So that makes sense. But now it's so he was like, okay, well, what do we need to tighten up? Our offense is fine. We need to tighten up defense. And then since everybody knows that you guys are going to run, we got to learn half court offense. Okay, I get that. But it's not so much what Luke wants to do, it's the way that Luke is trying to do it. So, and like, instead of coming in and being like, you know, we're not running anymore, and we're gonna focus on half court defense and half court offense and just defense. That's not the way to do it. You have to keep doing the things that make you successful, and then as you're doing those, okay, like, hey, let's keep our wind up. Let's keep doing that. Okay, now check. Now we're gonna focus on this half court. So you implement it slowly. And I wouldn't even worry. I wouldn't even worry so much about the half court yet. I would have just said defense. Like, okay, hey, let's keep running, keep pushing the ball, keep running, keep pushing the ball, and then okay, then we're gonna work on defense. And then the half court, all I would have done, and I just would have taught them pick and roll, regular pick and roll. I mean, like, hey, pick, roll, and then on whatever side, you know, whatever side they're picking and rolling on the other side, screen for each other. That's it. That's all I would have done. I would have said, you know, fifth guy, you just stay in the corner. You know, who is it? Who's going to be in the corner? Let's say, now Harrison Barnes should be screening because he got a big body. So, you know, Nemanja Bjelica, you stay in the corner. You can shoot the three and you're slow. You stay in the corner. So Fox, you come up. Rashawn Holmes comes and screens for you. Or let's say it's Bagley. Well, Bagley you probably want doing the screening. So let's say it's Bagley and Nemanja. So Nemanja, you stay in the corner. You got Buddy Hield, you go into the corner. Or Buddy Hield, you come to the wing. Harrison Barnes, you go to the corner. Fox takes it up. Bagley, you come and set the screen. Fox, you roll. As they're doing that thing, corner, you know, right as they're doing it, corner, come and screen, and then bam. And that's all it is. And then Nemanja stays in the corner. So if Nemia's man comes and helps, you kick out to Nemanja, and Nemanja will knock down the corner three. Meanwhile, you got switching going on up there because that's what you have to do, right? You have to make the defense react. So if you guys are coming together, you have to put the defense in a position where they're going to react. And then that's where you get the space to shoot, or you get that little pocket space to bounce pass, or you get to, you know, go straight to the rim, or you get to go to the rim and kick out, because that's when people are going to start to try to help. That's all I would have done. I wouldn't have done nothing else. Spain pick and roll and all that other stuff. I wouldn't have done it. I'd just been like, hey, keep doing what you were doing, but here's what we're going to do. We're going to do a bunch of defensive drills. So the first part of the game, or actually, and I would have started off with defense. Start off with defense and then make them run after. Defense, whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, cool. Now let's scrimmage and let's push the pace. Push. Pace drills. That's it. And then every now and then, hey, pick and roll, off ball screen. Fifth person, stay in the corner. That's it. That's real simple. So it's not so much what Luke is trying to do, it's the way that Luke is trying to do it. He, instead of implementing things, he just abandoned what we did and was like, okay, hey, we're going to do it this way now. It's a bad idea. So that's why we got to where we're at. I'm not in the practices. I'm just going by the results I see. Nothing else really makes sense to me. I mean, if he's doing it any other way, then show me. But all I know is that he likes vets too. It's funny, like him and Dave Yeager got that in common because he plays Corey Joseph a lot of minutes. Or at least he was playing him more minutes. And he plays Trevor Ariza way too many minutes. And I like Trevor Ariza. I'm not the guy that like, don't play Trevor Ariza, but Trevor Ariza should play between 10 to 14 minutes a game, not 22. Yeah, he likes him way too much. And I know they were teammates on the Lakers and all that, but someone, I think it was Tap, he kept saying like, Trevor Ariza must have like naked pictures of Luke Walton because someone like he is defrauding this man to play that many minutes because there's no way he should play that many minutes. And I'm like, yeah, probably, you know, something's going on. I don't know what it is, but that's it. So Ariza plays less minutes. Yogi Ferrell, I say, plays more minutes. I'm down to have, I mean, it's smaller, but if it's second unit, I'm down to have a Corey Joseph, Yogi Ferrell, you know, Bogdan Bogdanovic lineup. I'm down for that in the second unit, you know, because we need more scoring in the second unit. Our second unit hasn't been scoring enough. And I'm down to, you know, I'm down to play Justin James a little bit more, or I'm definitely play Harry Giles more and all those other things, because those are, that's important. We need that. But other than that, I'm not really sure, man. The guys, they're not always. They still don't communicate enough on defense, even though the defense has gotten better. They still don't communicate enough on defense, and I'm gonna tell y'all too. Watch tonight's game. I hope it looks different, but what I've been doing is when we get the ball in half court, I'm watching the wings. I'm watching the corners. Watch the guys in the corner, because we don't have a selfish team. Buddy shoots a lot of shots, but Buddy's our best shooter, so he should shoot the most jump shots. But what's happening is, we don't have no off-ball movement. So when the defender is there and he don't got to move, all we got to do is just stick the man. Then there's nothing to read and react to. We can't get any mismatches. There's no, do I take your man or do I? We don't have to make the defense guess. And what do they say? Keep the defense guessing. The defense doesn't have to guess with us. We're super predictable. We do the same thing over and over and over again. And then, the biggest knock I'll give Luke is he doesn't make adjustments very good. He does not make adjustments very good. He'll take timeouts at the right time. He'll draw up plays at the right time, but he does not make adjustments good. Whatever his game plan was in the first half, it's the same game plan in the second half. It always feels like that. And he's just like, hey guys, here's what was not working about our game plan in the first half. So remember, this is what we should be doing. It's like, hey, that didn't work in the first half. We're gonna have to switch it up. Hey, Holmes, do this. Buddy, we're gonna use you as a decoy. And run it like that. So anyway, I don't really got much else to say about it. If y'all got any questions or y'all want to talk about something, I'll stay here for another 5 minutes so we could do that. Other than that, I'm tired. I'm about to try to get an hour nap in and then wake up and watch this game. It's about to hurt. We better not lose tonight. If we lose to the Grizzlies at home to start the new year, I think the morale of the team is just going to dive even more. And it's going to be nice to have Bagley back, but, we don't have a vocal leader right now yelling, saying, hey, we need to do this. Fox needs to be that person. Fox should be getting mad, but I don't know. I know he wants to win, and he's a competitor. He plays hurt. He plays when he doesn't have to. He is a competitor, but I just don't know if he has it in him to be like, hey, this is how we're gonna win. Hey, this is what we're gonna do. I know Bogey does, but it seems sometimes that they don't. They only want Bogey to say so much, which is kind of weird to me because he's got a ring in the Euro League. So he's been in those moments before. I don't know. How many games behind are the Kings? Yeah, we can look at that. Let's take a look real quick, Fibo. So we'll go back. We'll go to the... We got to keep going back. Scores. That's what we used to be, right? The scores. What happened to that? What happened to the scores, yo? All right. So as of right now, dang, bro, look how far we done fell. That's sad. Oh my goodness. Wow. Minnesota already, and the Grizz, oh wow, what? The Grizz is 13-21. Oh my gosh, we're so bad. Yeah, Shump was the guy last year. Now Shump ain't even in the league. He got a 10-day contract with the Nets, and they dropped him. So yeah, there you go, Fibo. We are now. The crazy thing is, we're only 3 games back from the 8th seed. That's the crazy thing. We're only 3 games back, but everybody has won recently, and Minnesota beat us recently. Phoenix beat us recently. Yeah, Oklahoma beat us recently. Oklahoma finally got over 500. That's awesome. Yeah, that's good for the West because now there's only one team that's in the 8th seed that's under 500, and yeah, they're San Antonio. They're 4 games under 500. But yeah, I mean, literally everybody has a higher winner percentage than us, except for New Orleans, who's terrible, and Golden State, who's tanking. That's disgusting. So yeah, we're 10 games under 500. 10 games under 500 before All-Star weekend is, yeah, just need to get them W's. Yeah, so that's the thing. We're not out of it. We're still in it. I mean, if you look, Portland is only 2 wins ahead of us. You know, they're in the 9th spot. It says 2.5, which, okay, yeah, I get that. But we are 10 games below 500. And that's terrible. When last year, you know, we were, 2 games away from being 500 at the end of the season? And the crazy thing is, like, we can't fire Luke Walton this season. And I don't even want to fire Luke yet, honestly. I don't want to fire Luke yet. But we can't fire Luke Walton. Like, we can fire him next season, like in the middle of next season. But what coach is going to want to come? Like, what good coach is going to want to come here if we fire Luke Walton? Luke Walton has, like, a good name in the NBA. Like, people really like him. Coaches like him, all that stuff. He's literally playing the opposite way that our team is built, though. And we're not going to acquire the pieces that we need to play the way he wants to play. Like, the coaches should be adjusting to the player personnel. It shouldn't be, like, I mean, it's a little of both ways, but for the most part, like, and Dave Yeager did that last year. He adjusted his coaching style to the personnel that we had. You know, and of course we fired him. And I know why he's gone. And I didn't want him to be gone, but I know why he's gone. The players, you know, didn't have a good rapport with him. The thing that he did to Buddy Hield, like, you know, in that game, you know, against Golden State, where Kevin Durant was like, dang, man, what's up with your coach? You know, that's why Dave Yeager's gone. And Dave Yeager didn't have, like, the best relationship. Like, he didn't answer questions very well. Like, when he was pressed on stuff, he took, like, he would get defensive and he would, like, start rifling out all these, like, weird stats and these weird reasons of why he's doing stuff. It was really weird. I don't know. That's the bad part. Now we look bad after what Willie Cauley-Stein said. Yeah, we do. We do look like we're in the mud. Now, granted, he's on a worse team. He's on a worse team, I mean, which will be a better team. And he did a 1-year contract for the league minimum, so he's not doing much worse. But it's true, like, you know. And we got a different coach. It's not even the same coach. So, I mean, what is he talking about? Vlade? Vlade got us in the mud. I mean, if you look at the players that we have, though, I mean, if you want to say hiring Luke was a bad idea, okay. I'm not going to say it was a good idea to hire Luke. I know why we hired Luke. I'm not saying Luke was a good hire. I just know why we hired him. It's not like a mystery to me. I know. But, and then Vlade he signed the right people. Rashawn Holmes and Dwayne Dedman. Dwayne Dedman just is having an off year. He didn't look like this last year. It's not like Vlade was like, saw him playing like this and was like, oh, he's a bunch of crap, let's sign him up. Dwayne Dedman was playing really, really good last year, but he was also playing in a system that was a pace system. Because who did I say was second in pace last year? Atlanta. Where did Dwayne Dedman come from? Atlanta. He was a rim runner. You know, so, but his shot has been really bad. Like, he was hitting his threes way better last season. His shot has been horrible. And let's take a look. I mean, I think it's worth looking up. So, let's go to team, we'll go to stats. Actually, let's look at some team stats right now. Yeah, so we're 26th in points scored. We're 20th in field goal percentage. We're 13th in three-point percentage. We were number 1 in the league in three-point percentage last year. We just didn't shoot enough. Now we're 22nd in three-point percentage, and we're 16th in three-points made. So we're at middle of the pack. Rebounds, it's crazy that, how are we 28th in total rebounds when we are rebounding better this year? Remember how, like, we were having an issue with rebounding last year? We rebound better. We were really good with assists. We must have tapered off because now we're 23rd. Turnovers were middle of the pack. We were very high last year. Even though we played fast, we were very high in assist to turnover ratio because we were really good. 21st in block shots. But we're going to go to Dwayne Dedman. I'm going to go to an overview. So watch, check. So ATL, right? Look, 3-point percentage, he shot 38. The year before, he shot 35. So out of nowhere, like, he had 2 seasons of shooting free throws. Look, he didn't even shoot 3-pointers before, and he started taking them. He was taking 2.8 per game, and he was making, almost 1 a game. And then he kicked it up a little bit. He was taking 3.4 a game. He was making 1.3, so 38%. That's really good. Now, he's taking less, or he started taking less this year, and he's making less too. So, what else are we looking at? Field goal percentage, look. In San Antonio, 62. In Atlanta, okay, 52, a little drop off. In the second year, a slight, a little bit more of a drop off, 3%, 49. Now it's gone all the way down to 41. So, and I watched him play. He wasn't playing bad. Oh, he's from Lancaster, California. No way. Stepdad lives out there. So it's just it's interesting, yo. Rebounds. Look, last year 7.5, 7.9 the year before, 7.5. Blocks 1.8. Like, he was playing real good last year. Just dipped out of nowhere. Let's see. Well, you see Pop doing that with his stars too. Word. I really think Dave deserved another season. I wanted Dave Yeager to have one more season. We gave him an extension. I wanted him to have one more season. I did. Like, when he got fired, I wasn't like, yeah, he's out of here. I was like, I wasn't shocked that we fired him. I didn't like that we fired him, but I wasn't shocked because I kind of knew it was kind of like the writing was on the wall a little bit, especially with like how the players were responding to him and whatnot. So I was like, okay, all right. I wanted him to have one more season. We are rebounding better because of Holmes not having Willie. Can't get a rebound. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. And Nemia was rebounding pretty good too. Where's Belly at? Belly was rebounding solid for a minute. Let's see. Where is he at now? Yeah, he's grabbing 6. Bagley was grabbing 6.9. Hield is averaging 5, which is solid for a guard. That's where it tapers off, though. Harrison Barnes averaging 2. You want to see him a little closer to 6, maybe 7. Bogey grabbing 3, but yeah. Holmes and Nemanja. But it's true, Like, in the second unit, yeah, Dedmon was rebound. Dedmon was the only person. Ariza was averaging 4. But he grabbed a bunch, like a few games. He hasn't been doing much more. You think the Kings can unload Dedmon? Yeah, I think we can. I think we can, but I don't think we will unless, like, it benefits both parties. I don't think we're just gonna let him go just because he wants out. And at this point, since he's not playing up to his contract, it would be a good idea. Like, I'm glad he asked for the trade, and I'm glad he's been so professional. And I went to a game, and he was laughing with everybody on the court. Like, it wasn't like awkward, weird energy. So, it would be nice if we could trade him. I want him to be able to play. I think he could still play up to, those standards. He got a nice contract. He can probably play somewhere else. But for us, we're going to make sure that we get something that we need. I think Boston can use another big. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they go for something. I just don't want. I'd rather have a player than a draft pick because I don't want another draft pick. We're young enough. Fox is young. Bagley's young. Justin James is young. Giles, I think we're going to sign Giles up again. I think we only renounced his right so we can sign him up to a cheaper contract. So, Giles is young. I said Justin James. Like, Caleb Swanigan is, relatively young. Kyle Guy is relatively young. Like, we got a young team. I don't think we want to keep getting younger. You said something the Kings need. What kind of players do the Kings need? If we got one more shooter, that would be really good. One more shooter, one more guy that can, like, that's just like a knockdown. One guy that's like automatic, even just like a Doug McDermott type player. That's just like you cannot leave him. Like Joe Harris is kind of too much to ask for, but a Joe Harris type, where it's like you can't leave him open. He will knock down that shot on you. Just say one more of those. I think we got enough players to play defensive enough. Team defense is obviously better. Like I said, we're 17th defensive rating. So yeah, just another knockdown shooter would be great. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't hurt to have a rebounder. If we can't have a knockdown shooter, then it would be nice to have a rebounder, someone else who could grab the ball and especially offensive rebound or defensive rebound. Offensive rebounding would be better, because defensive rebounding, it's not like we're grabbing it and we're pushing the ball right now, although we should. But yeah, if we can't, I don't think we need another defender. I don't think we need another facilitator. I think we got enough of that. I think if we can just get a knockdown shooter, or I hate to say this, but even like a Langston Galloway. Like Langston Galloway, like he's small, but like he's knocking down the shot. Someone with a little bit more size would be nice. But yeah, if we can get like a small forward type who's a knockdown shooter, but those are some of the most rare, because that wing spot is big. So yeah, Langston Galloway type player would be fine. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, all right then, y'all. I'm about to get up out of here. Fibo, always good to talk to you, fam. I might be doing the game recap. I don't know if me or Tap is going to be doing it. It'll be one of us. If it's not Tap, then it'll be me. I'll be back on here. I'll be talking about it. Anybody who's new, please hit the follow button. We appreciate y'all stopping by. Hoop Talk, and I'll try to take a nap before the game, but if I can't nap, y'all might catch me logging back on. Turn your notifications on. You might catch me logging back on and playing some 2K. All right, y'all. Fibo. See you after the game, fam. Peace.